All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day of the G1 League, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. I'm LD, I'm joined here by Luminous, and we are going to be casting MGod versus Director 8, LGD China versus RNG Sports. For both teams, of course, in this round-robin group stage, an important match, but especially important for RNG Sports, who are already 0-1 in the group, having lost earlier in the tournament to Rattlesnake. If they lose this game, they then drop to 0-2 and are in dire straits, very likely to be the fourth-place team if that comes to pass. And if it does, then they get eliminated. They don't even have a shot to move on to the LAN finals. They were there last time. They placed third. They beat IG in the third, fourth place decider. So I think for the RNG Sports fans, for the Southeast Asian Dota fans, they'll be rooting for them. Hey, Lumi, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I have no idea how Orange lost to Rattlesnake. No discredit to Rattlesnake, who played very, very well, but Orange is the team that we're more familiar with. They have the big names, but hey, they are not facing elimination like you said, but a must-win situation today. Of course, LG Gaming cruising after beating LGD Int the other day, looking to extend their, I guess, lead over the other teams. Of course, if you want to also check out the other game on Beyond the Summit TV 2, I believe. Is that the correct stream?
Yes, it is.
There is ZS freaking MJ making his debut on Vichy Gaming with CTY and the rest of his team. I may be casting this game, but my heart is on Beyond the Summit TV.
You need to. This is where you actually want a broken heart, so you can put half of it in one game, half of it in the other.
Really
but yeah, if you want to watch Vichy Gaming versus Jonet, the return of ZSMJ, head over to twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. That match should be starting in about 10 minutes. But over here, we're following the G1 League, which, by the way, if you're watching this through Twitch TV's main website, you're doing it wrong. Head over to g1.2p.com. Please support the G1 League. They just released yet another interview. This one with the LGD team manager, the manager for the international squad and the Chinese squad, Nicholas, who is, I gotta say, in my interactions with him, one of the nicest and most interesting guys in the Chinese Dota scene, and also has fantastic English, especially compared to some others. So definitely an interview worth checking out. Some interesting insights into the sort of the behind-the-scenes stuff with both teams, and especially with LGD, and he talks about them at length. But enough about that. Talking about this draft, Lumi, we're seeing LGD Gaming not getting the mag for once. Normally, they always prioritize that Yao mag, but this game, they had the first pick, and they started with the Shao 8 Batrider, which has also been a fearsome force. I think the last time we've really seen this, he was actually winning the G1 League semifinals versus IG en route to their championship in last season of the G1 League.
It's actually hard to top any of that, of course. Man, this draft is just so different. Lone Drew being banned out, I feel like Lone Drew is one of the best and most imbalanced carry in the scene, and, well, good thing it's banned out. We're going to see Batrider and Brewmaster, something that we don't see too often. And, of course, Weaver on the other side as well. Of course, Weaver being very difficult to lock down. Blink Dagger Batrider could come in, and you could try to get him. Sakuchi does have a 0.25 second fade time now, so you could, depending how quick the reaction is, still dodge it.
Lumi, your mic's not working in game, so if it's not on, try working your magic. If it is, try working your magic. Sorry to interrupt you, but
it's on now. It's all threshold to the left. Hopefully everything is okay. But Weaver, really, really smart counter pick because, well, he's going to dance around Brewmaster. Both his stuns are very dodgeable, or at least the Rock Boulder patches, as well as Batrider Lasso. You could Sakuchi around and dodge most of it. Not too sure how the damage output is going to be from Orange Esports. You can throw Empower on Weaver, and with Gemini Attack, that's some decent damage output, but I feel like you need something more.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be that semi-carry for them. I don't think it'll be the one position hero this game. Could be something that we just see KYXY take into the offlane. In Orange, we saw them using Kachik Imba in a recent tournament, but today they are back to using the full 5-man roster, the 5 most experienced players on the team, so not using that 6-man here. And I actually like the Weaver pick a lot, exactly along the lines of what you were saying, because really there's only one disable that will kill him. That's a Lasso. But now there's another. There's a Kinetic Field, there's a Glimpse, and of course there's that Static Storm. Static Storm, an absolute nightmare, not just for Weaver. Sure, it's annoying for him, but again, we don't expect him to be the hard carry of this game. What I'm really worried about for Orange is their Magnus. Playing against a Batrider, a Panda, and now a Disruptor especially. Kinetic Field, Glimpse can blink, send you back when you blink in, and then, of course, even if you get in, Static Storm can completely ruin your team fight chain stun.
Oh yeah, I just want to also extend upon that. Generally, when Batrider, initiate on a single person, you drag him back, and suddenly your team just collapse on them. And generally that is a free ticket for Magnus to say, all right, they're focusing on my carry. Let's reverse polarity. Let's counter initiate and then make them pay. Disruptor says no to that because as soon as he sees you jump in, or even before he sees you jump in, he just drops the ultimate on top, and Magnus simply just can't assist his teammate. So you get a clean 1 kill, 5v4. Start a team fight, and there's a Chaos Knight. So, like you said, we don't expect Weaver to be a solo carry. Chaos Knight is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting as well, and of course, with Empower on top, he's going to be doing quite a bit of heavy lifting. Like I said, are we going to see a Wisp? That is the question here. I personally don't think so because of Disruptor. Wisp is so difficult to play already. And if you are getting silenced, if you're taking a ton of damage, and if you can't use things like Overpower or Break Your Tether or whatnot, you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, but Orange just picked up a Chaos Knight here. They have 1 pick left, and I'm thinking maybe we see a Wisp this game. Sure, Lasso as well as Glimpse are fantastic against Whips, but not out of the realm of possibility they could do it. When you look at LGD China's lineup, it kind of makes sense, right? Because they picked Disruptor. You don't go aggressive trialing with Disruptor. Almost never happens. So you see that. Maybe you think you can get away with a Wisp on the side of Orange. Perhaps you go for it. For anyone who cannot hear Luminous in-game, I know there's a bit of a bug with Dota TV where if the commentator has to restart their audio stream inside the game, then they won't be able to hear that caster. The fix for it is to actually toggle audio channels. So if you're hearing me, but you still can't hear Luminous, his mic may be working, and it may just be that you need to switch channels. So try switching to AC, switching to... Well, by the way, a lot of you guys should check out AC. He's doing a great job casting the G1 League as well. But switch to one of the other channels, then come back to ours if you really want our commentary, and hopefully that will fix it for you. Not sure if the issues are still going on as we still have that 2-minute delay. But Sandcane, the final choice for LGD. A very heavy 5-man, but I do favor Orange if this goes late. Like, if it goes 40, 50 minutes, I think they'll have the edge, especially with the Mag, CK, Weaver. Assuming they get relatively equal farm, ultra late game, I favor Orange, but, well, we got to get there first.
Right, and generally, if the game goes the way LGD plans it, it's not going to go late. Luna's going to be one of the most insane pushing carry there is.
Wow.
Once she gets level 8, Eclipse plus her Luna aura, it's so hard to actually defend that push. Especially when you have Blink Dagger and Lassos and Blink Dagger Brewmaster come in. But it's going to be a Bane Elemental, and something that we don't see too often, especially in the Sudden East Agency. Enfeeble, if you actually get a couple of levels on it, is going to be pretty good against Luna. Or, for example, if Batrider blinks in and you suddenly Nightmare on top of him, well, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well.
And I wonder, are we going to see Orange go aggressive tri-lane? Their tri-lane is stronger for sure. They have Bane, CK, as well as Leshrac, and you're up against a Disruptor tri-lane, which is not strong, a Sandcade tri-lane, which is not strong at the early levels, and it looks like that's what Mushi has in mind here. So Orange Esports with a bit of a switch up as we're going to have Mushi on the Chaos Knight heading towards the bottom lane. Early Magic Stick, it will be an aggressive tri-lane. Ohio, Eco Bottle build for him. No Tangos even picked up. Net playing that support Bane. Observers and Sentries extinct on the Leshrac, and then last but not least, leading up the rear, it will be KYXY on the Weaver. It looks like he's saving a little bit of gold, and I like this choice a lot from Orange.
Well, I'll talk about that in a bit, but let's quickly introduce the LG China squad. It's going to be Brewmaster being played by Xiao A, so not his Batrider. The offlane Batrider is going to be handled by Yao. Look at his item choice here. Just Tango and an Ironwood Branch. Generally, what you want to do is, if you face against a tri-lane, you could grab that quick boot, or you could actually move back into the jungle, and then you could adjust your item build accordingly. He's going to see that solo 1v1 matchup, and he's going to basically pick up perhaps even a stout show or a stat up or go for a quick bottle, whatever he wants. And again, it could adjust his item build. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, up against this offensive tri-lane, we have DDC on the Sand King, Lone DD here on the Disruptor, who has Kinetic Field level 1, and Sylar.
Oh, they might be able to get a first blood here. It's a sleep from Net could set it all up. There are only 3. Is Net going to look to go? Sylar comes right around into a 2-second stun. There's your kinetic field. Nice split earth, though, holding Sylar in position for the moment. A skewer and some auto attacks. He doesn't have a salve. This will be the first blood. It comes on the back of a brain sap. Net takes that for himself. And now the tri-lane for Orange looking very strong with a first blood to their name and some additional experience for all their team.
Never skill your spells before you actually use it. Net could have got... Well, normally Nightmare is going to be your first point always, but Brain needed the extra damage. Skill Brain Sap there, was able to pick up the kill. And, well, good chance to actually start that tri-lane. Simply getting the kill on the carry. And suddenly, of course, the pool is blocked off by the Observer Ward as well. LG off to a little bit of a shaky start. Let's see if they can recover.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Orange's lineup. Orange is not a team that runs very many aggressive tri-lanes, but their draft did suggest it. So I feel like LGD China, yes, they put an Observer Ward down in the lane. Maybe they expected it, but you got to be more careful with your movement. There's no reason to be in the jungle like that unless you're 5-manning. And the 5-man of LGD is strong where they have Panda there because Clap is amazing in those engagements. And, of course, Burrow Strike's pretty good. Even at the low levels, if you can hit 2 or 3 heroes, it's still equally strong. But a little sloppy from LGD China, a little shaky, like you said. Nice work by the supports. They will deward, and the pulls can come out soon as we see Extinct kind of hiding behind the tree. Oh, this is such a cute spot. He hasn't been spotted. He's going to wrap around onto Sylar, right? Nope, never mind.
Well, now he's spotted. Sylar's got a hightail out of there. I mean, there was no wards here for the Radiant team, so they would not know. Actually, Kinetic Field's going to collapse here on Extinct. He's going to eat a beam to the face as well. Is there a beam? No, just Aura 1. Completely standard. But look at Luna's experience. There isn't any. Like, none of the tri-lane supporters or even the carry has any experience, and they can't even go into lane because Chaos Knight's level 2. He has 210 mana, and he could just jump on top of you. Between Brainstab, Reality Rift, and Chaos Bolt, you're just going to die flat out.
And they have boots on net. They can dive this. I don't think DDC is the hero you want to initiate on because he does have a semi-escape mechanism in Burrow Strike. But their level 2 is so strong. Orange Esports at level 2 gets access to... Well, actually, he's gone for Enfeeble. I'm surprised we're not seeing Nightmare, but I guess they feel Chaos Bolt is the setup stun they need, as is. Now they just want to get something that will make the Luna even weaker in lane, have her even harder try and last hitting. Enfeeble makes it hard to last hit against this tri-lane, and the level 2 that Orange has makes it hard to even get near the creeps. They can look to do... Oh, is their Sentry Ward actually blocked the pole? Oh, no, it was a body blocked. I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very surprised by Enfeeble because it doesn't do much against a tri-lane. And sure, on paper, it's like, you know what, you could throw it on the Luna and make her miss a couple of last hits, but is it actually worth the mana to jump, kind of needlessly throw out? He's a very mana-intensive hero, so I'm not sure what this Enfeeble is about. But obviously...
It won't help you find kills at the end of the day.
Right, right. And obviously LGD don't know about that for you know, the standard build. They're expecting Nightmares, so they still don't know. They were expecting there's going to be, what, 3-4 stuns coming out on the other side? And it's so hard to act, and it's so dangerous to go into something like that.
Of course, LGD up against the tri-lane has gone for a bunch of magic wands. We should quickly take a look at the other 2 lanes, though, as we have top lane KYXY 12-5 on the Weaver, was not pulled in any way, and is actually diving Yao. Yao's out of mana. Won't commit. His Sakuchi isn't high enough. Simultaneously bottom lane. They go in, but Net doesn't have sleep. I feel like... I mean, they could be getting kills here, to be honest. I mean, I understand the thinking behind Enfeeble. It makes a lot of sense just for if you're in a more even situation. But they got first blood. They have boots up on the Spain. Obviously, Enfeeble will make the Luna miss last hits, but I feel like right there, that was just a kill if he had the sleep.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, maybe it was a misclick. You know, things like that happens as well. Maybe he's underestimating the power of Nightmare, as the supports, for example, could take it off of Sylar if they're initiating it, and
that
could make you miss a couple of stuns. But still, I mean, it is a 4-second disable if all things go correctly. So I'm a little bit confused on that. I'm also a little bit confused on why Yao bought Boots of Speed, especially he knows it's a 1v1 lane. He knows it's going to be against a Weaver. And exactly how will Boot help you against a Weaver? I'm not too sure. I feel like he needs to actually HP up or pick up a Style Show or something. But here comes Ohio with the haste rate, and Boot Speed is going to be very, very helpful here.
Oh, this will be big if he can get the skewer back away from the tower, but he can't quite find the angle. He'll head back mid, and we talked about top lane that we checked back to bottom. So top lane going well for the Weaver now, but mid lane going for Xiaowei. 25-3 to the 14-0 fires Mag, and the rotation top fails to secure a kill, and here we'll go sleep bottom lane. Then your Reality Rift coming in as well. The Chaos Bolt, the kill is there. And it just feels automatic at this point. Level 3 on Chaos Knight, level 3 on Bane, and level 3 on Extinct. I mean, these 3 heroes are incredibly strong. If you've ever watched European Dota, you've seen the power of this type of tri-lane. Something we'd see out of a team like Virtus Pro a lot, occasionally out of Empire. It just works, baby. You throw the sleep out, you split Earth to follow up, then the Chaos Bolt comes through, and the hero just dies if it's a squishy tri-lane support like these.
Yeah, the only issue with this particular trial is that it's extremely mana intensive, and if you don't get those kills, then you're kind of punished a lot because you can't kind of sustain that aggression. Now, obviously, they did get those kills, but they also need to upgrade on whether it's by, well, he has Tread, so he could even Tread swap now. Although Mushi doesn't actually Tread swap, this is probably one of the more important heroes to get that Tread swap on because you need as much mana as possible. But yeah, they need some mana to sustain. You can see like Shrek passing Clarity Mushi, so they could at least make that go one more time. And yep, 3-second stun here on Sylar. Spurf's gonna follow through. There's a glimpse backward, but Sylar will die. Will Net pay for it? That's the question. I don't think so. Not enough nuke power. He doesn't have Brain Sap or Magic Wand. but a lot of clarity. Tango being passed through as well. And right now, Orange in complete domination of that tri lane on the bot.
Yeah, I feel like we're still seeing Orange maybe not fully accustomed to this style. Things like not leveling up Nightmare right away. Not maybe being as aggressive as they could have been, but in spite of it, it's just such a good matchup for them, and they got that critical first blood with a smart bait behind the tree line. And I'm thinking back, it's actually something they did, it was versus Zenith, actually, in the SCA League finals, where they did that level 1 bait. They hide behind these trees right here. I think the last time they had 4 heroes right here, right above the pole camp. It worked then, it works again now, and the tri lane looks great. They're looking at a big lead. We'll see a foray into the enemy jungle, perhaps looking for some aggression. As long as DD is kind of blocked away by his own creep wave, they won't go in. So the tri-lane's going well. Xiao 8 is level 7. Xiao 8 is winning mid heavily, 10 CS up on the mag. He's also been controlling he's been basically controlling the lane, pushing the tower a little bit. But Ohio's level 6 in spite of that, so even if your mag loses mid, not the end of the world. Does LGD have to make an adjustment now? Do they have to go for a gank, or do you think they could just kind of hang on and hope that their mid game will be enough?
I think they could actually hang on here, and simply because all the heroes actually have a lot of magic wand charges. You can see that despite the fact that they got the Luna kill, that was off a 3-second stun, which I gotta say, it's very, very lucky. And also, when the Bane was running away, you saw how low his HP was. If he actually could activate those magic wand, they turned that gank around. And again, going back to what Orange Esports particularly trialing is about, they need a lot of mana to make those ganks, or make those dives. And again, I think that LGD could just stay and keep pulling and get some EXP. Bat Rider's in the jungle as well here. So maybe they could even go into this tri lane. And that sounds like ridiculously, if you're looking just on paper, because they're down 3 kills tri lane versus tri lane. Generally, you just flat out lose no matter what. But these magic wand could really, really turn the tide of the battle.
Yeah, like you said, it was a 3-second stun, but if the luck isn't there, maybe it goes the other way. Now a Blink Dagger almost out on Xiao 8. That could be the tide turner. We're nowhere near a Blink Dagger on Ohio, who's picked up a wand. He's ferrying his bottle. He'll go for Arcane Boots, the standard build, but that does delay the big initiation item. The Blink Dagger and Panda can be a total game changer. If you Blink Clap 3 heroes inside of a kinetic field, you throw a Burrow Strike on top of that, everybody in the tri lane will die. I think even Mushi sitting on shreds will probably take a fall as well. But will that be the case? Will Mag come in and turn the tides? It remains to be seen. He's got a teleport scroll up. And the one thing is, Bat Rider's rotated bottom. It's something we saw out of LGD China when they were up against the face rush lineup of IG back at G1 League, where basically IG picks all these tower diving heroes, these aggressive laning heroes, and so what LGD does is they just have their off-lane Enigma join the lane by sitting in the jungle near the lane. So if the fight breaks out, he can come to join it. It seems like that's sort of the play with the Bat Rider, but now he'll rotate top. But while he was in the jungle, he just gave away a tower, so something Orange will be happy with. And a nice thing about that off-lane Weaver is he can get the towers. Here comes the blink from Xiao 8.
Yep, he got the blink, he's on the bot, and he's looking to initiate. I do believe that, yes, Orange, they do know. I mean, that's just off the good map awareness. I mean, if you see Ohio right at the enemy tower and they don't even send Panda to defend, you know exactly where he is. He's looking to even on the bot lane by getting a couple kills. But Ohio says, all right, if you're not going to come, we'll have a double damage. I'm going to keep working on tower. And that's going to force Xiao 8's hand. He's got to go back eventually. He's not going back now, and that tower's taking a ton of damage. They already lost the tier 1 up top. They can't lose too much.
They know he's missing, but do they know he has the blink? That must be what Xiao 8's thinking. Well, maybe they don't know I have a blink, so maybe we can still dive this, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for them to make that dive with the heroes missing off the map, blink or not blink. And I'm pretty sure Ohio has conveyed the fact that, hey, I'm getting a little bit out lane here. He's probably got the blink, but I mean, out lane or not, there's a blink on the mid lane. You're not going to get a kill against Ohio. He gets skewers the hell out of there. And you were talking about how Ohio's down in terms of farm. He's just got the last one on tower. He's got Arcane and 1,000 gold in the bank.
He's ahead now. He's actually ahead. He got that tower uncontested, and you just really have to say Orange have had the better decision making at the laning stage, where Xiao 8, it makes perfect sense to come about the tri lane, but the time when he did it, the lane was already too pushed. Probably a situation where he should have just gone back mid. Instead, he gives up a tower. Understandable. They knew they needed help there. We'll see a rotation top from DDC, but he's only level 2, so we're gonna have to see a flame break into the tower, into a lasso, and then a burrow strike to follow up if they want to get the kill. And now I think the gank was not revealed yet, slightly out of vision. But he'll go back in the end. Maybe he was even spotted. Mid lane's not pushing in. And now Ohio comes bottom. Panda is lurking here. He's been pinged. They do see him. The Observer Ward in the lane spots him out.
what an observer ward. Like, I mean, you never expect that spot being warded. And here we go. It's actually going to be a counter initiation. No, it's just, excuse me, Bane teleporting back. And you do see the rotation coming here from Ohio. He is initiating with an Invis rune. And, well, the target has to be the Panda.
Oh, no.
They got to locate him, but no, they're going to go on Sylar. But Sylar, RP going to get dropped out. Oh, nice cancel here. Focusing here on Xiaowei. Xiaowei, is he going to get bursted down? Yes, he will. 3 kills on the bot lane. Completely dominating LG China. The power of winning your tri-lane, forcing the bat to jungle up, gets you a tier 1 tower up top. Forcing the Xiaowei rotation gets you a tier 1 tower mid, and suddenly the Invis rune being scoped out. Man.
Orange may have lost to Rattlesnake. This looks like a totally different team. Already sitting 6-0, running a much more aggressive style, taking the fight to LGD China from before the creep wave even spawns. They now have a blink up on their Magnus. Gotta say, I'm impressed by Orange this game. They're looking strong. They're so far ahead. They're 7.5k gold at net worth ahead for the team, as well as 4,000 experience. LGD China has a very strong mid-game teamfight lineup, but the lineup really is centered around the Luna, and they'll go in now. There's your blink clap. The ult will fly. Maybe a mistake to force this fight as Mushi gets thrown up in the air. Nat taking some damage as well, but he'll deploy a brain sap looking to live. Extinct, he'll be the one who dies for sure. The question is, can they get Nat? And it looks like they can. No last wave thrown out yet. Nat will die as well. Mushi on the way out. Mushi will live in the end. And, well, they lose 2 supports in exchange for a disruptor. The Panda ult was... Oh, no. They might lose Mushi as well as the sticky napalm starts to be stacked up, but there's no Panda ult. This is a long way to die. I think LGD China are the ones overextending now. You can't... He's got drums. He's got Chaos Bolt. They don't even have a Clip Sled on Yuna, but they'll go in with the lasso. Here comes your mag. Mushi's still alive. He gets Burrow Strike. Finally, he goes down, but Weaver is now going to have free reign in this team fight, looking for the turnaround. KYXY is. There's still no ultimate for Luna. There's still no Eclipse. Yao going to die in exchange, and with it, probably Long DD as well. They get Mushi, but they're going to trade 2 more kills. Both teams really aggressive play here. LGD China feeling desperate, and Orange overextending, but then taking some revenge.
Against most other carry heroes, I gotta say, you can make that dive, but not against a Weaver. And a Weaver with Shreds as well as the Ring of Akrila does a ton of damage. And look at these deep wards being dropped out here. Net for raining deep in the enemy jungle drops a high plateau ward. It's gonna make these ganks so much easier. They're gonna go on Silo with Fiend's Grip coming up. Sanking's gotta come in to rescue, but Sriv's gonna actually hit on 2. Oh, well, it will cancel. Meanwhile, RP gets dropped out. DDC will get Severe backwards. That's 2 more free kills being picked up. Orange Esport is dominating this game so hard. They're earning like 1,000 extra gold per minute, it feels like.
What a
over LGD.
That is insane. What a smackdown from Orange this game has been. And the nice thing about that RP, sure, it's not as reliable and ultimate in the team fights necessarily, but Ohio's got a Blake, so it's more reliable than it normally would be, and it's got a much lower cooldown than the Panda ultimate. That's why Orange are able to take this fight with ease, knowing the Panda ult is online. And LGD China, a team that's accustomed to playing relatively even in the laning stage, and maybe falling behind slightly, but never like this. You don't pick this kind of mid-game lineup from LGD China to sit on the back foot. You pick this lineup to get an early level 6 on the Disruptor, get some early farm on the Sand King, and then goes taking the fights with Eclipse online. Eclipse still isn't online. We're 14 minutes in, and that is entirely a credit to the effectiveness of Orange's tri-lane. The aggressive wards, the level 1 gank, just the clever placement of their heroes inside the tree line, behind the trees, moving there quickly, and then waiting patiently. Everything Orange is doing is a direct counter to the lineup of LGD China's. If LGD China had picked, say, something like a Keeper of the Light, a Jakiro, and Earthshaker, I don't think Orange would have been this aggressive, but they saw the weakness of that tri-lane at the early levels, they took advantage of it, and they have not looked back since then.
Yeah, also Luna was forced to buy out in that previous engagement on the bot lane. I mean, the buyout isn't like expensive, it's like 200 gold. Was able to get a little bit of EXP, now level 6. So this is the, I guess, the peak of this particular lineup when you get the Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster as well as on, well, they're going to try to burst him down. Yes, they will be able to. Nice play here. Blink Dagger up on Bat, Blink Dagger up on Brood, and your level 6 on Sylar. That's where your lineup really starts to take off, and you could actually play aggressive if you're not down by 9 kill and about 8,000
Here's the only downside to that kill. It's a great kill, but they get it at their tier 2, so they're not pushing the tower off of it. They're not even getting better wards down off of it. All they do is buy a little bit of time where the Weaver's not on the map, but Orange still farming their jungle. It's something LGD just need a lot more of, and ideally they take it the fight closer to Orange's side of the map, so when they win the fight, they can get a tower. They can maybe even look, not now towards Roche, but in 5-10 minutes towards it, if they're still in the game at that point. My concern is that Mushi's getting close to a BKB, and sure, you have Lasso, but you don't have enough damage to deal with a BKB Chaos Knight at this point. Luna doesn't cut it at these early levels where she doesn't have any damage items, just sitting on a Belt of Giant Strength and a Brace. So you're not killing Mushi if he pops his BKB, and if you're not killing him, the fight is getting turned around. So if you're LGD China right now, that was a good start, but you need more, and here they go for more.
Well, they don't have the Lasso, but they have the Brewmaster ultimate. He blinks, he ults, and he's going to be focusing. Who is going to throw up in the air? Nobody just yet. They're going to focus on Net Explode before he casts the spell, so very, very good start. They got to throw Mushi on the air. Mike or your Storm. Storm is being thrown out. Here's a huge Eclipse. They're going to burn down Extinct as well. No, he's going to survive. He's so tanky because he has the extra levels. Bat's dead. Sand King's dead. And they're going to chase for Extinct. They finally do get him, but he's not going to make it out of there alive.
Oh, it's a team wipe.
5-for-1 trade in the favor of 5-for-2 as a net bot bag. Man, Leshrac being the kill here, but look at how tanky Leshrac's item is. He's got a point booster and, of course, Magic Stick, so I don't know, man. This game looks unwinnable here for LG China.
That's tower gold. I mean, that's just tower gold right there, as well as assists from the tri-lane. It's not like Leshrac has been farming by any means. That's just fantastic play from Extinct to win the tri-lane, and then on the back of 11 assists, have the money for something like a point booster at 17 minutes in. A support's wet dream, really. And RNG Sports, with full command of this game at this point, they're now looking at big items coming out. Potentially a Linked Sphere for KYXY, or even a Manta-style Linked Sphere. So good against Bat's Lasso, as well as the other abilities like Glimpse. You just can't really get caught in a bad spot against LGD unless they throw multiple key initiation spells your way. So I like this choice from KYXY, whichever it is, because it's also a fast Linkage, and a fast Linkage is so much better than a delayed one. The big thing for me is Mushi's so tanky. They need everything to kill him. They need the Lasso and the Brewmaster ult. The Cyclone was thrown out. I believe it might have been on one of Mushi's illusions, but it was not on the main hero. It wasn't cooldown during that fight, so unable to control him fully, and if you don't control him fully, he lives, and then once your Panda ult wears off. And it doesn't last that long at level 1, then the fight turns around. LGD China, they're going to smoke top, but doesn't look like they'll be finding anything, and the trade will be Orange getting a tier 2 bottom.
I just love to play here. LG is down by so much. You're like, you know what? The only spell that we really have on cooldown is that Lasso. Let's make something out of it. They smoke up top. Extinct still has some map awareness. They're up by freaking 12 kills. They're going to take a tier 2, but he's not going to give you that freebie on that top lane, so he backs off, and there's nothing that LGD can do about that. Meanwhile, looking to pressure a little bit of a tier 1, they got to back off, realizing teleport scrolls are coming back in. So both teams playing rather well, more towards the Orange, obviously, because they're up by so much. But LG, despite being almost unwinnable the game, they're still playing it for that 1% chance to win. Well, still trying to make those right
absolutely.
plays.
I mean, the format of the G1 League, if LGD China were to win this game, they would have the inside track to take first place in the group. And if you take first place in the group, that's your ticket punched to the LAN finals. If you actually lose this match, now the group is 1-1 for every single team, so it's then a knockdown, drag-out race the rest of the way. Sure, second and third place can make it to the LAN final. Second place, you just have to beat the second place team in the other group to secure it, but it's a harder path. It's not a guaranteed one. And as unlikely as it might be for LGD to come back, as long as they feel they have a shot, they're going to fight. Because giving up when you feel like you have a shot, well, that means that you have 2 games that you have to win to be 2-0 in the group. And although, they're not out of it if they lose, every win is crucial with this kind of format. So now looking at a 15k gold lead, a 10k experience lead. Orange could go Roche. They have a BKB up on Mushi, and I think that would be a nice way to go about it. Get the Aegis up. Probably Mushi the hero you want to get it on. So, I mean, he can die, then come back with Phantasm and his BKB and go to work, but not going for it yet, still playing it safe. And LGD, they see a couple bottom, or they see Mushi bottom, which means there's probably 5 bottom, because you're not going to leave Mushi farming there alone against a Blink Bat Lasso. And they say, let's take the tier 1 top instead.
Yeah, and getting this tier 1 top is actually going to be big, but we do see the immediate rotation coming from Orange. They see Weaver, but you just say you can't go on that. Don't get greedy. They know if Weaver is there, the entire team's there. It's actually Q for Siler to back the hell out. Weaver's going to come in to get some speed, get some lasted on the tower, but LG just can't be too greedy. Uh-oh, Xiaoi's thinking of jumping.
Oh, but yeah, sure they're not all here. They do see Mushi in the lane, but he's got a BKB TP. You cannot dive that. And they recognize it. They really wanted that kill because Mushi wasn't there, but sure, you kill the Weaver, maybe you kill another hero, then Mushi shows up with his level 11 and BKB, and he wipes your team, so they can't go.
Yeah, actually, I do have a question about the format of the tournament. Let's say we have a team that lost 0-3, right?
Right.
And the rest of the team all go like 1-2 or 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a 3-way tie. how do they break the tie? Is it per win that you have gotten in the matches so far?
That's actually a fantastic question. I personally do not know, but we will try to find out from the admins. Hopefully over the break or certainly by the end of today's broadcast, bottom lane, they'll go in. They stack their stuns entirely, but it don't matter. Sylar is way too squishy, and that was without Mushi getting a crit until the killing blow anyway. As far as the tiebreakers, I'm not sure exactly. Personally, I would prefer to see tiebreaker matches since first place means so much, but we'll see what the G1 League decides. I haven't actually heard an announcement about that just yet. If it comes into play, we'll have the info for you, but yeah, right now, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I hope it's not something dumb like time breaking, but top lane initiation, Xiaowei jumps in, pops his haste, we'll get back out. It could be a win by time, like the number of the wins. Xiaowei trying to ult out of it, not going to be able to do so. Ultimate's going to get dropped here by Lone DD, BKB pops out. Mushi, he's big, he's bad, he's going to come in, the crits are flying out. I think it's almost time to call GG if you're LG China. Buyback comes here from Xiaowei, that's going to slow down.
It's this one more fight. They want one more fight with the Panda ult. If they lose it, they'll probably tap out.
Here we go, Panda initiate. Oh, Neo trying to actually get the initiation up. He gets counter initiated. They actually kill him without dropping the RP. Here comes the Panda splits. They're gonna focus on net as well, tossing up in the air. Now he goes come down. Can he actually get the kill? Nice! What a nightmare play. Cancels the nightmare. Will go down to the beam eventually. The Panda split still chasing. 6-second disable. Is it blink clap? I gotta say. That is some impressive team fight from LG China.
So they win another fight. Can they get a tower this time? Heroes are dead on orange for about 20 seconds. There is a glyph up, I want to say. Yep, there is a glyph. So LGD China, they win that big team fight. The Panda ult is now cooling down. I think if you're orange, you see that, you say, okay, we're going straight Roche after this, and then we're going for the tier 2 top. And LGD China, by that point, they might just have their Panda ult, but they will have no way to deal with an Aegis, either on the Magnus for for Ohio, or for the CK for Mushi. That was Mushi's BKB being on cooldown. That's why LGD China went in there. A great fight for them, but they don't even get the tier 1 top. Still a fantastic fight, and it shows that, I mean, if you make mistakes against this level of 5-man Dota, this level of team fight, LGD can punish it. The thing is, whenever that Panda ult's on cooldown, RNG Sports can do whatever the hell they want, basically. Eclipse is on cooldown as well. Everything aside from Kinetic Field and Epicenter and Static Storm. But Orange, they're not going Roche. They just want to force the fight at the tier 2 top, which I think is fine. Either way, LGD cannot take a fight without the Panda ult and Eclipse.
Yeah, I don't think they need Aegis. Having the Panda ult on cooldown is actually pretty big, so they're going to just go for the tier 2. LG says, you can have that for free. We're not going to defend, and we're not even going to go mid because, well, again, they can't take a fight without their Panda ultimate. I gotta say, I don't even think Orange made any mistake there, right? They popped the BKB to run out of that Static Storm and got a couple of free kills off of that. Xiaowei buys back and immediately LG says we chase the other way. I don't even feel like Orange made a mistake. That was just LG making a good play. They took the fight and they won that
fight.
Well,
they could have just run. Mushi chased pretty far. They kind of hung around the tower for a little bit.
By 12 kills and like 10,000 gold. Like, you're like, oh yeah, BKB's down. We could still win that fight. I don't think I would call that a mistake, but
well, maybe they thought they'd get the RP off. At the end of the day, that's probably what they expected, but they didn't, and LGD takes a nice fight.
Ohio blinks in right into Burrow Strike.
Look at Yao. Yao's in position mid. They're probably going to lose. They're going to lose their Weaver here if there's a Blink Lasso. Oh, no, sorry. He's got Lincoln Sphere, so they can't initiate on him. Yeah, KYXY will be fine. If that Lincoln isn't up, they go, but with it, can push mid safely. And now Orange thinks about Roche, but not going to go just yet.
Yeah, I mean...
Now the Panda ult's ready.
Again, LGD is down by a ton of gold, a ton of kills. I'm still impressed the way that they're fighting back. I'm still impressed the way that they're still trying to go for the win. Sylar farming her for his BKB. He's gonna have it very, very soon. I mean, is there any chance with Sylar finishing his BKB that they could at least stabilize? I'm not saying they're gonna come back or anything, but at least stabilize. Could take some team fights, actually look for some team fights.
I think the main issue is going to be killing Mushi's illusions, which are already getting tanky. The problem is, sure, you have a BKB on your Luna, but Mushi can just walk up and auto-attack you with illusions. We'll see a Roshan take it for free. Yeah, I'll just doing a little bit of scouting, but no way he goes in on that. And you can be Fiend Script, even while your BKB's popped, you can be RP'd, and they have the physical damage with Empower, which will be removed when Chaos Knight pops his BKB, but could be a factor otherwise. As well as a Weaver, who's not that doesn't have that many big damage items, but just has maxed out Swarm and just a lot of, levels, basically. So Geminate attack is max, you get a couple more procs off of that. I think LGD could take a fight, but if Orange execute properly, there's just no way they can deal with this CK.
Yeah, for me, the Aegis was the nail in the coffin. Not on Mushi. I don't think he's the most important hero for Orange Esport right now. It's the Magnus. If he drops on an RP, and it's just like all you need is a 2-man RP, even 1-man RP on Luna, for example, that's going to be enough because LG basically needs a flawless team fight where everybody's doing as much as possible, and they will not have that if they do not shut down the Magnus, and there's no way you can kill him twice.
Here's the X factor. Yao has a 4-staff, so potentially you could grab someone from Orange and drag them to where the mag can't easily counter-initiate. Maybe it's even the mag. You kill him once, you drop a Static Storm kinetic field on him right as he's about to respawn, and then maybe Orange is in trouble without that mag being able to drop RP. He does not have a BKB yet, although Ohio is wisely going back for one, and we'll just have to wait and see. If they can actually get up to safety, because you can no longer force step out of kinetic field, so there won't be that easy escape path for Ohio. But if Orange really want to play this safe, just get your BKB on Ohio, get your next damage item on Mushi, and then you could go end it. And then I don't think LGD China will be able to do anything about it, because they need Sylar to be fat to deal with those illusions at that point, and because you're guaranteed to see an RP coming out, and he's just not getting enough farm. So I think if Orange want, get that BKB on Ohio, and then they could push the base, and it would be pretty much an almost impossible to lose fight.
Yeah, I mean, LG, for the remainder of the game, they have to play picture perfect. And, I mean, they're good, but let's see if they're that good. Sylar still getting some farm, got that BKB finish, may actually go back even and work towards that drums. Any extra HP is not bad, and of course the aura that you grant for your team is pretty much invaluable at this point in the game.
Here they go. Oh, Mushi pops the drum charge. He thought he could get in range of Xiao 8, but not quite.
Well, Sylar will be forced. No, actually, that's yellow. That's Sankey coming back. Sylar still split pushing, getting that.
There's still a 4-staff on Yao, and I'm actually not sure if they saw it. They could catch him out, but BKB comes out for Mushi. He'll go in now on Xiao 8. Look at them crits. RP as well. No Panda ultimate for you. The lasso flies forth, but it's just not going to be enough. Net, the only one locked in position, and Mushi dropping low. Maybe they actually have to back, but they do get 2 kills. They get out. They still have their Aegis. All things considered a win for Orange Esports. No buyback on Panda, no lasso, no Eclipse, no Static Storm. So actually, forget that. They don't have to back. They'll go back in. Oh, Mushi almost finds the kill there. Can't quite get the auto attack off to disable the Blink Dagger. KYXY also seen on a Demon Edge now, getting close to an MKB. Will get pushed back into tower. Orange, LGD turtling nicely, but I think Orange should be just happy with that fight, back off, wait for RP to cool down, and then go again.
Yeah, I mean, that was, at the end of the day, a 2-for-1 trade here in the favor of Orange, but I think more important for LGD, excuse me, is that the fact that they bought themselves some time. Like, I think they're happy to go for 2-for-1 trades right now. The game can't get any worse, the lead can't get any bigger, and if you buy some time for Sylar to get some farm, which he is doing right now, you're getting closer and closer to stabilizing. Again, not gonna say they're gonna make a comeback because it's so much impossible, it feels like. But they're not giving up. Look at the smoke ink up top. They just want to get something happen.
Yeah, the Blink Force on Yao as well as DDC. Just hit a triple bracer, so no Blink Dagger in sight for him. That would be a big item to pick up. It's Orange, no pipe, no mech. A lot of tanky heroes, sure, but that means the Epicenter could be a significant factor in this team fight. Unfortunately, well, it's hard to get that off without a Blink, without any sort of mobility. And Orange playing pretty smart in terms of their movement. We saw that one earlier fight top where they overextended, they overstayed their welcome, they got picked off. But this time around, playing a little bit more cautiously. They now have an MKB any second now on KYXY if he wants to pick that up. And now things get scary. Mushi was critting for about 800 damage. He actually goes Sanjin Yasha. I thought maybe he would go Heaven's Halberd just for the additional evasion for the hero as well as for the illusions. But he just says, I want a little bit more move speed. I want to be able to jump on heroes instantly and almost be able to just initiate with my Reality Rift cast bolt plus a drum charge. Which, when you pop it all with CK's above average base move speed, I don't think you're hasted, but you're very close.
Yeah, you're very close to hasted. And of course, I mean, it works very nicely for his illusions as well. And here comes what could be the last push for the game here, as we do see Sylar sitting in the front line. His smoke just dispelled on the front when he ran into the enemy team. And Orange, that's information to them. That they know that they're trying to get something going. Yao looking for that blink initiation. They canceled the Lincoln. So...
But Ohio's in Viz, and I don't know if I don't think LGD knows this. They might know there's a rune on Ohio, but they don't have any ward vision. They haven't really left the base in a while, so they probably don't know that he has an invis rune, although it will be wearing out soon. This could be a big blink RP if he can find it.
Yeah, Sylar, he's gonna get RP, but he's got buyback. I'm not too sure that's actually a good initiation. They're gonna drag him back, focusing on net. He does buyback immediately, teleports in the fight. He has BKB, he has Eclipse, so let's see if the fight is gonna turn. Panda is gonna use his ult as well. BKB Sylar gets a kill, and where the hell is Mushi? Mushi in the middle fight here. Look at how low Orange is dropping. BKB gets pop on Mushi, so he's fine for now. End of the day, 1-for-1.
End of the day, Mushi is not low. Mushi's at full HP. He's charging in, head full of steam, wants some more kills. He actually goes on Bat, who will blink away. Perfect defense, really, by LGD China. The initiation from Orange, like you said, was on a buyback Luna, but still, even with that perfect initiation, isn't going to be enough. Yao gets pile-driven back in with Sylar into the rest of the team, and into a whole lot of damage, burning to death to the Pulse Nova, and that'll be GG. LGD China, they fight until there's absolutely nothing left to give. They almost turn the game around, and it really speaks to the strength of LGD China. Well, maybe not almost turn the game around, but have pretty much perfect fights every step of the way en route to losing. They are, I would say, indisputably the best defensive team outside of IG in Asia, and they show it in this game despite losing. But RNG Esports, give them credit for some fantastic decision-making from the draft to the laning to that level 1 initiation in the jungle. They just had LGD China punished and figured out for their greedy defensive tri-lane that just didn't have any sort of killing power or stayability at the early levels. Fantastic start from RNG Sports, a team that needs it. They're now 1-0 in the series. If they take this series, the whole group will be L Team City 1-1, and it will be basically resetting the standings en route to see who's going to be first place in the group.
I personally love this game. You see one team is just throwing out all the punches, just perfect trialing being played, perfect first blood being picked up, perfect strategy like you talked about, but the other team just not giving up and playing really, really, really good Dota against huge deficit in terms of goal lead and hero kills. But at the end of the day, Orange will take this one. We're going to go into game 2, and I don't know if I will count LG out of this one just yet, because they played really, really well despite the loss. Game 2 coming your way. You don't want to go anywhere unless you're watching ZSMJ, which is going to be on a Summit TV too, but we'll be back very, very soon.
Yeah, go check that out while you're waiting for game 2, guys. But in the meantime, it's going to be a 1-0 lead for RNG Sports. LGD China coming up. Let's see if they can force that game 3. It all goes down right after this.